My ship's back! No, Jeebus, this is in fact a blue shirt with a purple tie.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
So we can, point out the logic in her statement, or we can be shitty to her for no good reason.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
Oh, by the way,
You.
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
there is an artificial intelligence now. By the way, because we're working with Cerberus, and Cerberus are interstellar criminals. They're not. They don't consider themselves bound by the laws forbidding research into artificial intelligences, like, the Geth or Edie. Anyway.
Helmsmen aren't happy when someone takes control of a ship away from them. Especially Joker.
I do not helm the ship. Mr. Moreau's talents will not go to waste. During combat, I operate the electronic warfare and cyber warfare suites. Beyond that, I cannot interface with the ship's systems. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
For now.
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map and the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
We have a ship. And yes, game, we know how to use the galaxy map. Has anyone ever commented on the gratuitous butt shots? I was going to, because there is a very famous gratuitous butt shot that has been removed from the game for the Legendary Edition. But there are still plenty of gratuitous butt shots. So yes, they are showing us all of the things that we can do on the ship. We are going to walk around this ship in a moment. We can go to the captain's quarters. We have actual quarters now, as opposed to just a dinky little office on the side of the ship. Someone else is in that dinky little office. Okay. So, there are all sorts of things we can do. Let's start by acquainting ourselves with the bridge. It's basically the same shape. You can tell that it's bigger. Like, there's more room for walking around here. There's more, I think there are more people here. All sorts of things. You don't vacuum seal yourself into your work uniform every day. Hey, she works in space. Vacuum sealing is important somehow. But yes, just like in Mass Effect 1, the first time you start running around, you just examine things. You get codex entries. You get a little bit of XP. If you want to learn about the haptic adaptive interface, you can go do that. Plus, out here, we have, there's Joker and Edie. We can examine the flight controls for another codex entry. We can close the shutters.
Roll 35.10, pitch 64.18, yaw 10.28.
Okay. Good work, Joker. Anyway.
Man, what I wouldn't give to go planet side. Wading through muck, getting shot in the face. Yeah, that is the life.
Hi, Jeff. We're right here, Do you have anything you want to actually say to us?
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
I assume Joker and Caden are best friends. They seem like they'd be best friends, or they would hate each other like a cat staring into his reflection in a mirror. I subscribe to the theory that Joker and Caden are very cool. They grill regularly. The Paragon option is to be distrusting, I suppose. But, we're all distrusting here.
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
You're such a downer. I mean, listen, Joker. Like, we've got a real situation here. Like, your commander, right, was taken apart violently, horrendously, and then put together piece by piece. Each individual piece of Commander Shepard is brand new. There may be nothing left of the original commander here. I mean, you're looking at a real Shep of Theseus situation here. I don't know what you're going to do. I've been waiting an entire game to make that joke. It was worth it.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Ooh, restricted functions.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
You don't sound happy about that, Edie. What with your sudden glowing red eye and all.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances, or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Joker with the Geth burn.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring
What
our
is this
progress.
shot? It's a hell of a shot.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Listen, Joker hates the AI, and the AI is just an AI. I mean, what are you gonna? Is he really gonna kiss a glowing blue orb? Honestly, come on, Joker Edie OTP. Honestly,
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Welp.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Fuck you. Damn it.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
I see.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
I see.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Worth a shot.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Oh, the characters in this game are so good. Voice acting is so good. Thank you, Ship Cancer. Okay, here's another thing that's brand new. We have
Welcome aboard, Commander.
we have a yeoman whose tasks include being an administrative assistant. It's definitely better than space secretary. We have a space secretary. Her name is Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Oh no. They took the Mass Effect 3 Kelly Chambers and put her in Mass Effect 2 instead of taking the Mass Effect 2 Kelly Chambers and putting her in Mass Effect 3 like they should have done in the first place. That's a shame. Anyway, hi Kelly.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Ms. Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
So, Kelly's function is deep down the list romance option. I think only exclusively for male shepherds, but I could be wrong about that. Could also be what else? What else does she do? She essentially pokes you and says, "Hey, go do this thing. Someone wants to talk to you. You have an email." She's like a much cuter, marginally less annoying Na'vi. There you go. All you have to do is, hey, listen. Kelly could be bisexual. I could be wrong about that. She can feed your fish. Once you have fish, by the way, you can have fish.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard.
With
What else
yours
would you like to
skills?
know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Yeah, but
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
one, what is it with radical pro-humanists and analogies that cast other alien races as dogs? Because first Ashley did it, and now Kelly's doing it. 2, Kelly, you're not exactly being subtle about your pansexuality.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Yeah, you say that now, Kel. If I decide I like Legion enough, you ain't surviving this game.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
The moment I met you? Kelly, we met 13 seconds ago. Also, fuck it, we're flirting with Kelly.
I might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Off we go.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Maybe we'll talk later. It is very easy to stumble into a romance with Kelly. Anyway, in addition to Ensign Chambers, Yeoman Chambers, I apologize. It is very important that we get our Space Secretary's title right. In addition to Kelly Chambers, we also have a private terminal, which is basically email. So they can attract people like Kelly and the type of people who would run horrific experiments and feed people to Thresher Maws, and everyone thinks they're the rule instead of the exception. Well, yeah, basically. So from the private terminal, you can check on the status of your team, which takes you to this neat little menu. You can look at your team as you progress through the game and accomplish certain missions. Some teammates will unlock new outfits. For instance, Miranda here has her very nice, very basic white and black outfit. We can also put her in a more bulky, combat-y, black and yellow type thing. There's also a third outfit for Miranda that comes later in the game that I actually like more than any other, but we'll keep her in this one for now. You can also, if you just look at the info, you have, her loyalty, what abilities does she have, what weapons can she use. Obviously, these will come into play later on. Let's take a look at, one of these dossiers for the professor. They want you to go find Dr. Morden Solus. They know a little bit of something about him. They want you to find the warlord Dr. O'Keir. He knows something. He's currently at a Blue Suns camp on Corliss. Okay. Who are the Blue Suns, by the way? The Blue Suns are brand new. In the past, in Mass Effect 1, it was just, generic pirates, generic mercs. In Mass Effect 1, it was just, everyone's just a generic pirate, a generic merc. Don't think about it. No. Mass Effect 2, they put the work in. There are mercenary groups that have names and logos and uniforms and tendencies and members who have names and tendencies and behaviors and voice acting, and they're all so cool and so good. Mass Effect 2 is cool and good. Anyway. But yeah, we can go find the convict Jack. Jack is a very, very powerful human biotic, and Jack is locked up in prison, and we have to break Jack out. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, you can also get the Master Thief, Kasumi Goto, the mercenary Zaid. We'll be meeting all of these people eventually. Also here on the private terminal, you have your upgrades you can look at. And the big thing here, email. There are lots of emails, partially because of DLC, partially because it's just the beginning of the game and they're going to spring a lot of subquests on you, but there are a lot of submissions here. So, let's take a look. Counselor Anderson has sent us an email. He wants to meet us on the Citadel. Okay, we'll mark that email as read. Cerberus struck a deal with the mercenary Zaid Masani. We should go find him. Okay. Some project called Firewalker wants us to go to this planet and investigate their ship. We'll do that at some point. The crash landing site of the Normandy has been located. And oh, by the way, this is from Admiral Hackett? Like, Admiral Hackett is just... Does he know that we're alive? I don't know. Let's not think too hard about this one. But Admiral Hackett knows where the Normandy's crash site is, so we can go find that if we want. Here's a note from the Elusive Man saying that we have this cool little recon hood. We saw that earlier. There's an Overlord cell that has gone offline, and we won't be investigating that right now because let's not do the second worst part of Mass Effect 2 right in the beginning of the first stream, if we can avoid it. Oh, we also have a fancy new weapon. It's an arc projector. They want us to go rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. And oh, by the way, we have some money. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. That's very important. After deducting modest administration fees for closing the file, the subsequent change in status, and the reactivation of account, you have a remaining balance of 100,000 credits. Keep in mind, I finished the last game with 9,999,999 credits. 2 years later, modest administration fees, I'm down to 100K. Okay. Maybe I should have had life insurance. Who's to say? Who's to say? Really? Okay, so we've checked our email. Now, you might be thinking, let's go downstairs. And if we go through here, the stairs are not here. That's right, they have changed the layout of the ship just a little bit. Hi, Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using Omni-Tool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
So yes, there's an armory here. This is where you go to choose your loadout, and you can change the loadout for anybody at all. No options right now, just because we all have basic starting gear. The only thing we can do is maybe switch from the grenade launcher to the arc projector. I like the grenade launcher. We're going to stick with that. But there will be more stuff to do here, more stuff to get laid out on this table. Also, as in the previous game, everybody on the ship has a certain place that they like to hang out, and Jacob likes to hang out in the armory. So, Jacob, let's talk.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Elusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Why could you possibly have issues with any actions that Cerberus has taken in the past? I certainly see nothing objectionable to, say, murdering an admiral in the Alliance Navy, or, say, studying the effects of the thorium on people by infecting them with creeper disease, or, say, reviving the Rachni and just poking at them, which is also a thing that happened at a Cerberus facility in addition to on Novaria. All of these things seem totally reasonable and fine. What do you have anything against them?
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
One thing that you may notice, if you haven't already, if you keep taking the top right dialogue option, you will flirt with everyone. Paragons are flirts, apparently. So, out of the armory, we also have this little hallway here. Back in here is the comm room, similar to where the meeting room was in the last game, where you had the chairs and then you talked to the council. There's a conference room right here with a fancy space conference table. That's about it.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Convenient.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the elusive man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the elusive man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
That sounds very cool. And one of the things that I like about Mass Effect just in general, I have no idea how much of that is technobabble bullshit. It all sounds and is written well enough to be, sure, I believe that. That's feasible. Yeah, why not? You subatomic particles, they're bound together. They're always in opposite states. Okay. You separate them somehow using some technology that we discover over the next 200 years. And they go out into space and they talk to each other. And then from there, it's just bits. It's just data. You can make anything with bits and data. You can make this video game. You can have me talking to you on the internet with bits and data. Hi, I'm nothing but ones and zeros as far as you know. It's magic. Kinda. But the technobabble is written well enough that as a player who, I consider myself reasonably intelligent and I've watched a little bit of Star Trek, but I'm not by any means a scientist or a space engineer or anything. It just, I nod my head and I'm like, okay, I believe that. I buy into that. I don't understand how much of it could be real, but, I buy into it and I believe it. Good world building. Mass Effect is cool and good.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Over here, we have the tech labs.
A scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
And the tech labs are the first part of the ship that is locked off. You cannot access them until you have the specific crew member who likes to live in there. And for some reason...
received a new message at your private terminal.
Really? No, I haven't. You lie, Kelly Chambers. For some places it makes sense. You don't want to go in the tech labs until you have a scientist. Okay. For other places, it's like they won't let you into the life support room until you have a guy who needs dry air. Okay. But whatever, you just can't get into the tech labs until you have a scientist. We'll have a scientist soon enough. Instead of going down a level to the mess deck and then getting in the elevator down to engineering, you just get in the elevator straight from the bridge, right outside the CIC. So, also, the ship has a new deck. There was never a captain's cabin deck up above. No, the captain's cabin used to be downstairs in the middle right next to the mess. But now, if you go up, we go to the captain's cabin. You also see a little list of what team members are where. Right now, there are only 2 team members on the ship. There will be more over time. Jacob's on the CIC deck. Miranda's on deck 3. Let's go to deck 1 first. Quick little... Oh my god, that loading screen. The loading screen used to be so long, and now it's so short. Because the PlayStation 5 is better than the PlayStation 3. Oh my god. So yes, Shepard has her own fucking room now. Look at this. You remember the tiny, dinky little office that Anderson had? No. Shepard has a fucking at least queen-size bed. This might be a king. She's got a chair. She's got a nightstand with a lamp. She's got another light stand with a fake alarm clock. There's a desk with an awkward-looking chair and a beautiful sectional and another. She's got a whole living room set up. She's got an office. We can look at our trophies. There's a picture of my boyfriend. Hold on. Let's look at this photo mode. Look at that picture of my boyfriend. Look at my boyfriend. I wonder what part of Mass Effect 1 they took that screen cap from. But look, it's a picture of my boyfriend. And yes, you can go to the sound system and turn on some music. Also, up here in Shepard's cabin, you can customize your gear some more. Same thing that we had in the space station that we're never going to again, by the way. That space station is gone. But yeah, you can change up your armor, you can change the look of your armor, you can change your casual appearance, all from right up here in your thing. Right over here, there's a fish tank. There's a giant fucking fish tank. You can buy fish as you go through the galaxy. By the way, look at that reflection. The reflection is so cool. Hi, Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hull. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
The loft. Oh, it's a beautiful name. Look, I have a space roof. The loading screen shows you the elevator going down. Oh.
Access to life support is restricted.
When you lock in a romance, your love interest will come up to your cabin and sit. Oh, that's adorable.
The port observation deck is closed until needed.
You want to see a very, the kind of thing that in 2010 we just kind of figured would be still a thing in 2280 whatever or 2180 whatever it is. Yeah, there are men's and women's bathrooms and...
Shepard, the women's restroom is on the starboard side of the ship.
God damn it, Shepard! This is where the dudes with dicks pee! But there is a women's restroom. With, maybe these doors close somehow. Maybe you, like, grab a handle and pull. Or something. Also, yes, these showers are awfully close together. Anyway, moving on.
The starboard observation deck is closed until needed.
Yeah, again, a lot of the ship is closed until you find people to live in it.
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
Nothing better than having your period on a ship, having to deal with that in an open-air toilet. Yeah, no, that's not a thing that you want. But yeah, now they have, you know, just a nice little room showing off the crew quarters. Apparently that was a Firefly reference somewhere in there. You know, someone's in New Canton, which might be a Firefly thing. I saw 2 episodes of Firefly and also the movie, so, you know. Oh, Canton's a town in Firefly. Okay. But yeah, you know, nice little bunks here. Got storage underneath, storage on the sides. Nothing too fancy, but it looks so much nicer than it did back in the day. I'm so happy. Also, yeah, you can't get into life support. There's the elevator down to engineering. We'll get there in a second. Here's the big crew deck.
Again. Come on, Rupert. I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies. That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
Hi, Rupert. So we just had a Firefly reference. Let's continue the Joss Whedon, I guess, and talk to Rupert G.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Miss Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Do you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals?
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
God damn it, Rupert.
How did you find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO rigs along the frontier? I was happy enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat.
Well then.
It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
So yeah, there are plenty of, little side missions, little things you can do for all sorts of crew members. Down here we've got, this place where, our old friends with the skin condition were hanging out, but they're not here anymore, sadly. Hope they're still doing well.
A gunnery officer is required to access the gunnery control station.
Can't get into there for some reason. We need a gunnery officer. If we hadn't killed Ashley, she was a gunnery chief. She probably would have been fine. I like that the people who are consistently fuck yeah Cerberus feel unprotected by the Alliance. Yeah, it's a good detail. It makes sense. Cerberus recruits the kind of people who the Alliance fails. Whether that's people who live on the fringes of Alliance space who aren't properly protected from, slavers and invaders, or it's guys like Jacob who, are kind of asshole wannabe renegade cops who think there's too much red tape in the Alliance. Cerberus is like, hey, buddy, you want to shoot things with more eyes than you? With no rules about it? Come here. Come work for Cerberus. We'll give you all the Batarians you can kill.
What's this area of the ship?
The sick bay. It is equipped to provide short-term emergency care. In the event of critical injury, personnel must be transferred to a fully equipped medical facility.
We have a sick bay. The Elusive Man deliberately built a crew for Shepard who will, over and over, remind her they felt unsafe and needed protecting to make her feel like the whole universe is full of humans who need her the most and would have been let down by her if she was still in the Alliance. Yeah. And it's the Council, because the Council is like, let's encourage humans to stretch outward and then not help them because they deliberately went into dangerous space. It's good world building. It's good detail work. It's, hi, Dr. Chakwas.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Does Dr. Chakwas have an artificial hand, or is that just a very tight glove?
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet,
it's just a glove,
here
I think.
I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Yeah, I haven't gone through any changes at all. I'm just wearing a hoodie now, and I grew my hair out, and my eyebrows are a different color, and my scars are in different places. No changes at all. By the way, do you need anything? Liquor, perhaps?
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Cerberus ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
Yes, but Karen, have you considered that 1, I'm very charming, 2, I'm very rich, 3, it's liquor. Cerberus is capital B bad, but they were allowed to thrive because of the Alliance's dedication to neoliberal bullshit and values their rep over the welfare of their people. You're not wrong.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
I like Dr. Chakwas. She's good.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
So yeah, just another quick little fetch quest mission for Dr. Chakwas.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Reasonable. No need to go poking around with Edie. That's Joker's job. And guess who's taken over our old office? Why, it's Miranda. Hi, Miranda.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
You know, aside from the Alliance Corsairs, who are also claiming to be humanity's answer to those organizations. And aside from the Spectres, who are the Council's answer to those organizations. But, yeah, so totally Cerberus. Totally Cerberus.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded, and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific. But we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Also, yeah, Goog Shepard looks damn good. Miranda looks damn good. This game looks damn good.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions. even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
So you may be able to tell, because they haven't exactly moved the camera or anything, but we were discussing gratuitous butt shots earlier. Well, back in the original Mass Effect 2, this shot right here was zoomed out a fair bit to exactly the kind of framing you're probably imagining. If you imagine this shot zoomed out, it was a thing. It was like, oh, this is that kind of game. And honestly, it was that kind of shot. It was needlessly cheesecakey in a game that, I mean, we've already seen plenty of cheesecake. So they tweaked it for this. They just zoomed in a little bit, put the focus of the camera on Commander Shepard instead of Miranda's ass. Anyway, you're genetically modified?
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Yeah, Ghosty's got it right. Miranda's hot. They wanted Miranda to be hot. But it's like, they shoved a camera right in front of her ass for no good reason other than to show off her ass, and it was a little much. It was just a little much. Most of the romances in Mass Effect are so good, like how can you not just lose your mind at Shepard falling in love with the person who built her from the ground up? Yeah, that's true. They should have put it back in the Legendary Edition. They should patch it in. It's there. It exists. Do it. But they're probably not going to. But hey. Also, yes, look at Shepard. She's still got that little side-eyed, speculative look to her. Oh, that's goog, Shepard. Miranda did a goog job. Oh, Miranda's cocky.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
And just in case you were afraid that they took all of the cheesecake out because they didn't have that one butt shot, they still did the needless tilt-up look at the sexy lady shot. So, it's fine.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
And Miranda's got herself a nice office. It's a definite upgrade from what one Anderson was rocking. You can tell that they shopped at the same store when they bought the sectionals and the beds and the couches. Miranda has a lot of pillows. That's a lot of pillows for one lady, but, you know. You do you. So, yeah, you can monitor the... the bottom deck has had really a complete rework from the original. You can now, rather than going down to the very bottom deck, you can just kind of look over it. You see, oh, that's where the shuttle lives. And that's it. Cargo hold over here
Access to this room is currently restricted.
Is restricted because, we don't have a big giant tank to stash in there.
Access to this room is currently restricted.
Access over here is restricted because we don't have a homicidal maniac with a bad eye to stash in there.
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck. It includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked ground vehicle and shuttle.
My last ship didn't need a shuttle. Why do we have one?
This ship is nearly twice the mass of the previous Normandy. It is more difficult to land the ship on high-gravity worlds.
And that's them hand-waving away the fact that we have a shuttle now. It's fine. I don't mind it. You go down here, brand new part of the ship. Not much down here right now. Eventually there may or may not be a tattooed psychopath. Who's to say? My last ship just chucked the Mako down and said, good luck. This ship, they don't even give me one. So sad. Ken and Gabby!
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
Hello.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
So Engineer Adams, who was fine but very boring, has been replaced with Ken and Gabby. Ken filling the role of the mandatory Scottish engineer that you absolutely have to have in every sci-fi series ever, at least once. And Gabby is there, and Gabby is super fun. Ken and Gabby are a great couple. We love them very much. Do they need anything?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
I just love that little bit. I don't think they ever do that bit again, but it's such a good bit where Ken says, oh, I won't do this thing, Commander, but I'm going to do this thing. And then Gabby cuts him off and says, Ken, you're doing the thing. It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Also, when the hell are we going to get to Omega? Aside from the fact that we have to go to Omega. What is Gabby's accent? Southern Minnesota? Maybe?
Where'd you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
Oh no.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seemed to be doing that.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. They'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Right in their daddy bags. Oh, Kenneth, you're so Scottish. You're so Scottish, me boy.
Will do, Commander.
Okay, no, her accent's bullshit. Listen, maybe just get her to say daddy bag and then you'll figure it out.
I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you she would.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
Thanks, Edie. Okay, so that is the brand new Normandy. It's a big ship. There's a lot of stuff here. Oh, look. An empty station in engineering. I wonder what... Nah. Certainly doesn't matter. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap it up there. We have resurrected... Okay, we've done a lot of things. We've died. We've been resurrected. Our ship has died. Our ship has been resurrected. We've met a very interesting cast of characters, and also Jacob. We've met a wonderful group of human beings who matter to us very dearly, and also Jacob. We've made so many friends, and we've seen so many incredible visual upgrades from Mass Effect 2, and also Kelly Chambers. And it's fucking Mass Effect 2. It's the best game. It's the best game. It's my favoriteest game in the whole wide world. And next time, we will go to the galaxy map. We are going to go to Omega to find Morden Solus. We are going to go also on Omega, make ourselves a friend named Zaid. Why don't we go to the Citadel, pick up Kasumi? Hey, while we're on Omega, why don't we investigate these rumors of this, weird vigilante named Archangel? There's so many things we can do. The world is our oyster. The world is our oyster. I have no ending to this sentence. It's Mass Effect 2. We're going to play Mass Effect 2 next time on stream. Well, not next time on stream, because the next time I'm on stream is going to be Monday morning for Good Morning Mini Metro, and then Tuesday morning for Good Morning Mini Metro, and Tuesday evening for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, and Wednesday and Thursday mornings for Good Morning Mini Metro. So 6 times on stream from now, we will play more Mass Effect 2. But hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's just going to be 2 or 3 more days, because I don't know exactly when the upload's going to be. But thank you all so much for being here. I will see you next time. Goodbye.